Our assistant manager has won the Manager of the Month award, but this time kept the roll going with a form team in the league, and if we win today, we can go third. Greetings, my excellent friends, and welcome back to episode 6 of The Director of Moneyball. I'm Kirk Sheridan, and we are back in playoff contention. 4 points clear of Ebbsfleet in 8th, and only 5 points off the top. Ben Watson has done it all. Since you were last with me for that Hampton and Richmond doubleheader, we won every single match until that game at Oxford. One thing in particular that's been great to see is this little 4-match stretch where Ollie Pearce really picked up a bit of consistency. 7 goals in those 4 fixtures. Admittedly, one of the strangest hat-tricks I've ever seen in Football Manager though. A hat-trick of penalties. But without those goals, there is no way we would be sitting in the playoffs right now. 4 points ahead of Ebbsfleet, 5 points off of St Albans at the top. St Albans, who we did manage to beat in this run of form as well, which I was not expecting in the slightest. And then next up today, we have Dulwich Hamlet. We're playing at home, and because of the great form we've been on, we're actually going into this match as favourites. We could overtake Dulwich Hamlet if we win. They could move into top spot if they win. But our finances are taking an absolute hammering. It's not a case of expenditure rising. As you can see, since November, our expenditure has actually dropped a bit because I've made some trimming to the wage bill. It's the income. That's really taken a hit. But we're well within wage budget. We're not spending all of our scouting budget at the moment, and I am still continuing to generate a little bit of transfer budget. Joel Colburn has moved on to St Albans. The first player we've actually sold for a fee, £1,500. Bit of a no-brainer deal. He was a backup to Jack Maidlin, only started 4 matches, didn't perform too badly, but was just frustrated with the lack of game time. So we moved him on, shifted his wages off the bill, and brought in Tariq Hines as a development prospect. He can become a good national player. Determination, pace, stamina, work rate, exactly where I want them to be. Teamwork, strength, and passing a little bit lower, but room to improve. And strangely enough, started in defensive midfield in that match against St Albans, which we won. So I'm going to stick my neck out and say he's pretty versatile as well. The one worrying blot on this period of performance is Malachi Talent Ayite wants to start more games. I was concerned that this might happen. As you'll remember, he's a fantastic quality player, but his natural position is in central midfield, whereas Ben Watson plays with DMs and AMs. And I have manipulated my abilities as director of football slightly, and probably will do so again today, to ensure that Ben does select him in matches. This is a quality prospect who I do not want to lose. We have to give him game time, and I'm making that very, very clear to Mr. Watson. I don't know about you, but I want to watch this Dulwich Hamlet Hungerford doubleheader today. So we'll switch back to our second manager, make sure we attend those games. 7th versus 3rd. Here we go. So we are lining up with our standard 4-2-3-1. Oh, big decision. Connor Honor, our young 17-year-old prospect, is starting in attacking midfield. I'm pretty sure he hasn't yet actually started a league match. So that's a big call from Ben Watson. 10 minutes in, we are bossing possession, but no chances as of yet. And as soon as I say that, Dulwich Hamlet get a free kick, which I hope we managed to clear quite easily. That was barely worth a highlight, straight over the bar. Almost landed in the stand with the Dulwich Hamlet away fans. So half an hour played, Dulwich have got back into the match. We are yet to have a single shot on target. We were looking promising in the first 10 minutes, but we do have plenty of defenders back here, although it looks like their striker is massively unmarked. Somebody get on that striker. That number 9 is looking very dangerous. And we've just given away a penalty. I do not believe it. This is absolutely ridiculous. That was such poor defending, considering how many players we had back there. There was just no need to put ourselves into that difficult a position. Very disappointing. And goalkeeper goes completely the wrong way. 7 shots on target for Dulwich Hamlet in that first half of football versus none for us. This is the worst we have played in months. Right, I sincerely hope that Ben had a motivational team talk up his sleeve at half-time. The one bright spot for us is that Mills, their striker who did score from the penalty spot, looks absolutely shattered and will probably have to come off very soon. But it's a Dulwich Hamlet corner, which is swung into the box, and he scored again. Why do I do it to myself? Given a free header almost. Oh, goodness me. He does seem to be towering over every other player in our team, so I'm assuming he's 6'6" or something like that, but doesn't make me feel any better. However, finally, we look like we've got a chance to create an opportunity. Miles Meekums runs down the right wing, but the ball comes back to Sheriff, who can't get the cross past the first man, but Miles Meekums is free. It comes to 1-0. Oh, Clark! Oh, goodness gracious me. Clark just absolutely leathers it over the top of the bar. McLeod is tiring. Racine is tiring. We need to make some changes. Come on, Ben. We need to get the team back in this match. Right, let's have a look. What changes have we made? It's the 80th minute now. Ollie Pearce has come on for Callum Keeley. I think, to be honest, given the form that Pearce was in recently, that was probably a dangerous move from Watson to leave him on the bench. Simpson on for Tutt, who didn't have a particularly good game. And then Dinzay on for Racine, simply because Racine's tiring enormously. Dinzay, who, for me, is a shoo-in for our signing of the season. Right, we do manage to get on the ball. We have 9 minutes left to conjure up some magic. McLeod and Dinzay knock the ball between them in midfield. Miles Meekums lofts the ball over. It's Ollie Pearce. Can he finish? No, he can't. He gets the shot away, but it's parried by their goalkeeper. This does result in a corner for us. Hopefully we create a goal-scoring opportunity. We have nobody on the near post, so it's clear to see that Ben Watson is not a fan of the FM near post corner. Ball makes it back out to Simpson. Sheriff on the edge of the box with an opportunity to pull the trigger. Winds up, but it's blocked by the defender. Played back to Hines, who lofts the ball over the top, and it comes to nothing. Dear, oh dear, oh dear, this has been a very damp squib performance. Mail, what are you doing? I don't really trust you with the ball at your feet, but he plays a ball over to Pearce. Pearce does get a chance to... Oh, what a quality finish from Ollie Pearce. All I can think there is that he should have been starting this match. I know that I'm very critical of him because of his streaky nature of performance. He can turn up and play amazingly. He can do nothing. He could be completely anonymous, but he's been on form recently and he's clearly very confident. You can see from that finish what kind of mood he's in. So we were significantly better in that second half than in the first half. It's a real shame that we weren't able to get back on track with a victory. Danny Mills, 6'5". I was 1 inch out with my guess. Dulwich Hamlet have moved level on points with Hampton and Richmond at the top. Considering the number of ands in those two clubs' names, it feels like only a matter of time until Havant and Waterlooville join them in the top 3. But we remain in the playoff spots. We've lost that 4-point advantage over Ebbsfleet, though. Our next match is at home against Hungerford in 3 days' time. Hungerford, who have not been on the best form. They are down in 21st place. Despite the fact that we've lost 2 matches in a row, we should absolutely be getting 3 points here. In this gap between matches, though, I need to take another look at the contract situation. I now have 7 players secured on contracts for next season. Jack Maidlin, Jonathan Dinzay, Conrad Honor, Malachi Talent Ayite, Sam Allardyce, Ryan Clark, and Lamine Sheriff, who was the most recent one to upgrade his contract from £140 a week to £230 a week. Dinzay, I was also just about able to convince to sign. He was due to leave at the end of the season, but as you can see, one of our best performers this year. He has been absolutely phenomenal, but he was desperate for more than £400 a week. I could not commit to it, so I've promised him a 35% wage rise if and when we get promoted, which I think is completely fair because he is already performing at League 2 level, and he's going to be with us for the next 2.5 years, unless, of course, somebody comes in and tests rule number 9 of Moneyball. If any club offers me £45,000 or more, I have to say goodbye to Jonathan Dinzay. So don't tell them. I have other critical decisions to make, though. 22 players on the books. It would be very easy to look at star rating and make a decision on that basis, but as you know, the 2 highest quality players in this list I already have concerns about: Ollie Pearce and Harrison Mayle. Mayle can be great on his day, but far too inconsistent to be our permanent goalkeeper, I feel. And he is now actually the second worst goalkeeper in the division for expected goals prevented. So it's unlikely we're going to offer Harrison Mail a new contract. Therefore, we should be looking to take the opportunity to cash in now. You can have him in February rather than waiting till the summer. Anyone interested? Now, Dan Bowery has barely played since the first quarter or so of the season. His DNA attributes are just not where we need them to be. £625 a week. He's not one I'm looking to keep on. So we'll offer him out as well. But let's see. Sammy McLeod played 30 matches for us with a decent rating there. Potential to be a decent Vanarama national player. He feels like someone who we should be keeping around for next year. Currently on £300 per week. Perhaps an extra £25 a week will suffice if we drop his appearance fee and his promotion wage increase. I'm happy with that. Sammy potentially is back on board for next year's project. Not really getting that much closer to signing up my squad for next year, though, am I? I think I'm going to be doing quite a lot of rebuilding in the summer. Finally, offers being made for Bowery. Ebbsfleet and Hampton and Richmond are both interested. They're both promotion rivals. But he's just not getting in our team, so it's not worth keeping him away from them and hammering our budget. This is Moneyball. We have to do what's right financially for the club, and I think it is right to move Dan Bowery on, free up wage budget to bring in fresher, potentially better, certainly cheaper players to strengthen the squad further. So over to you, Dan. If you want to join Hampton and Richmond or Ebbsfleet, you're free to make that decision. Frustratingly, though, it is proving to be very hard to find replacement players who match that club DNA and are going to improve this squad. Looking at who we've scouted and matching just 6 of our 7 DNA attributes, we found 5 players who fit the bill. All under contract currently, pretty much all playing in positions that we've already got plenty of strength. It's time once again to get this recruitment team focusing. We're favourites once again for this match against Hungerford. I sincerely hope we manage to pull that off because I do not want what was a glorious unbeaten run turning into a disastrous not winning run. Home against Hungerford though in 21st. Oh, we have to put these points on the board. Watson is trying to rally the troops. He says believing in ourselves is half of the battle. We go into every match with a positive mindset. He has motivated Lamine Sheriff and also Jesse Starkey, who's probably not even going to be playing. Just goes to show what a motivator Ben is. Pearce back in up front. Phillips in the attacking midfield spot. Feels like Ben Watson has gone with more of a full-strength team this time out. Maybe he was deliberately resting in the previous match, where the players are walking out and we are kicking off. Sheriff picks up a booking almost immediately. That's a bit of a concern. He does have 13 for aggression. It's quite possible he could get another yellow card before the match is out. I hope Ben Watson is keeping an eye on this. Hines playing once again in the centre of midfield. I don't understand. He's a left back. Phillips, taking a shot. I'm just absolutely flabbergasted and discombobulated by the fact that Hines is playing there in midfield. Phillips managing to run down the wing into the box. He runs out of the box. He could have gone for a penalty then if he'd been thinking straight. Hines on the ball in midfield. Maidlin floats across that comes to nothing. It comes out to Sheriff though. Lewis White picks the ball up to Hines. To Lewis White. Come on, spot the run of Maidlin. There we go. Maidlin almost gets in behind, but he does put the ball across to Pearce and it's off of the post. Oh, so close. So close. Clark now taking the throw in 15 minutes into the match. Lewis White gets the ball. He's into the box. He stops. He puts the ball over to Phillips, who tries some kind of acrobatic, flicky, volley, scissorish kick that just basically looks awful in actual practice. Hines in defensive midfield. I do not understand why this is happening, particularly when we have Malachi Talent Ayite on the bench who needs game time. That settles it. There is one more match to come in this episode because I'm going to show... nearly a powerfully placed free kick there from Pearce. It did manage to stretch a save from the Hungerford goalkeeper. Clark takes the corner slowly, floats the ball in, and plenty of Hungerford defenders there to clear the ball out. But it only goes as far as Sheriff, who plays it to Hines, to White. And the ball is cleared out for what looks to be another corner. Yes, Malachi Talent Ayite needs game time. He's demanding it. He wants to play more regular football. And there is a way, as the director of football, to force that on your assistant manager, which I will show you in the next match, because I want to see him get game time. Certainly ahead of Hines, who is just not anywhere near the same level of ability as Talent Ayite. Has there been a bust up on the training ground? Answers on a postcard or in the comments, because I really have no idea why he's on the bench and not starting. But looking at the positives, that is a 45 minutes that we have absolutely dominated. 56% possession, an XG well above 1. Only 2 shots on target, though. We have to put this game to bed, surely. Free kick in the 62nd minute. Oh, I can't believe it. That's 2 spectacular free kicks from Pearce, but they don't make it into the net. Either of them. Oh, that is another free kick, though. Phillips is fouled on the edge of the box. Come on. Third time lucky, Pearcey. Top left. You know where you want this to go. In. Oh, I thought that one was in. 20 minutes left. Talent Ayite is on. Here he is taking the corner. The ball comes in and it's cleared out. Dinzay gets on it and plays it all the way back to Tut, to Lewis White on the left wing. And that's a penalty. Penalty, Ollie Pearce. Step up. Do your thing. No, Lewis White even. Step up. Do your thing. Secure these 3 points. Thank you very much. Come on, I'm bigging you up now. And great. That wasn't even the best penalty, to be honest. That was quite a slow-paced, placed shot into the bottom corner. And if we carry on as is, that's 3 points in the bag. Right, the ball comes out to Maidlin in full-back position. For someone who I brought in thinking he would probably be a centre-back, he's played well as a right-back this year, although he has just lost the ball and Hungerford could break. Please don't break my heart. Oh, no, what is going on here? I don't believe it. What an absolute waste. We've been on top all match. That all started with Maidlin losing the ball on the right wing. And a terrible attempt at a tackle from Tut. That is absolutely woeful. How have we not won that match? That left wing is a real problem area for us. But somehow we just hang on to the playoff spots. Oxford City lost, as did Ebbsfleet. Concord, though, gaining ground. And it's Slough away up next. Slough in 18th place. Right, 2 days to go until this crunch match against Slough. And because of that 3-match run without a win, our club atmosphere is now dropped to average. So I want to carry out a team meeting. And I'm going to tell them that the recent spell of form is the perfect platform for us to take our game to the next level. Let's make it happen. Yes! They're ready. They want to step up, show everybody what we can do. Right, that's boosted morale. Up to very good. We need this team galvanised, raring to go for this match against Slough. We need to get back into winning ways. As if I didn't already know, Talent Ayite is expecting more game time. So I'm going to ask Ben for a favour. Malachi is a player with huge potential who we are retraining. We need to give him an opportunity to prove himself. As we are playing a team far below us in the league, we can play him out of position. So I'm going to ask him to play Talent Ayite in that attacking midfield role in the next match. You will notice I haven't picked any other players, and I don't want to. What I'm going to do now is go on holiday as usual, but I'm just going to let Ben know that I want him to use the current team selection when possible. That means whatever roles he wants to play, whatever tactics he wants to play, he's got to play Malachi if he possibly can. And that, again, for me as director of football, I think feels fair. If we have an unhappy player, I do need to let Ben know. It's not like I'm expecting him to do it every match. I've asked him to do it twice previously. He's then had 3 matches to do what he chooses. Interestingly, 3 matches that we have not won. And now we'll see what happens with Talent Ayite in the team away at Slough. We are not watching this one live. Wish me luck. What an incredible match that looked like. Ollie Pearce scored 2 goals, including a penalty. Slough missed a penalty, scored in the 88th minute. In between all that, 2 red cards, but we beat them 2-1. Is this another Simpson cross? It is. Simpson and a headed finish from Pearce. He scores a lot of headed goals for a striker who is not particularly tall. Once again, Ollie Pearce scoring the goals that are keeping us in playoff contention. That lofted ball over the top once again. Oh, what a terrible attempted clearance there from our central defender. I'm not entirely sure who it was who tried to nick the ball off of the striker's feet, but should have tried a lot harder. Dinzey, once again, a cracking rating. Absolutely bossed possession as well. We're back in the playoffs. Up to 59 points now. The board are pleased. My job is secure, which is a big improvement from earlier in the season. The supporters are absolutely delighted. An A+ rating from the supporters. Well, I hope, Worthing fans, that you're still feeling that way at the end of the season, because we have 10 games left. It's been quite the roller coaster, as you can see, but it feels like we're in a battle with another 4 teams all the way down to Concord. They're in 10th, who are still in with a shout. They're only 4 points behind us. So we will come back amidst this run of fixtures at the point when it is mathematically possible for us to secure a playoff spot, or when it's mathematically impossible for us to secure a playoff spot. Either way, it will be entertaining for you, even if it's not for me. I hope you will join me soon for that episode, and if you've enjoyed today's, please drop a like on the video. As always, subscribe to the channel and turn your notifications on to find out the second the next part drops. And in the meantime, be excellent to each other. I am so profoundly grateful for the incredible support that this series has received so far. I'm absolutely amazed and delighted that you're all enjoying it so much. So join me again soon. I'm Kirk Sheridan, and thank you so much for watching.